Okay, we are back on a quest for details. Here with Becky. Go ahead and tell you her name so you don't have to just always call her Nate's mom. And yeah, we're going to a bottle dump. We're going to dig around and see what we find. And you're all invited with us, for sure. Today I brought just a little rake and a little digging shovel. And yeah, let's crunch through the leaves and get over there and we'll show everybody what we're doing. Up on the hillside, the half acre of garbage from 100+ years ago. And I'm going to start going through this little area. It's where I was digging and then I collapsed it in and buried it. So it's like my old pit. I kind of opened it a little bit. I'm just going to go along this edge and I'll show you if we find anything. Go deeper into the hill. Okay, I had to turn you on because the first thing that happened was it's got a little knife. Not sure how old yet, but we'll bag it. And a little brass cap. And as you have seen, sometimes if you clean them up, they have interesting information. So I'll let you know what else, if there is anything else. Save every little scrap of metal and give it at least a pass under the wire brush or something to see, you know? Oh, a little lid to a flowery candy dish or something? A little milk glass dish, but it is cracked. We can still check. No. No coins in that one. Big old crock bowl. Well, ceramic.
Oh, it was, yeah. Like the crock.
Thick stuff? Oh, yeah. I have burrowed in here like a badger again. I'm kind of going at an angle. So I kind of try and get, not to the bottom, that'd be impossible, but as deep as I can, and then kind of work at it and pull it back and collapse it into the hole and kind of keep going like that. So there's only, you know, like a slot stope or something going on. And rake through it. These are literally big old milk bottle tops that are molten. And glass tubes from the laboratory. And that one, it's a bent glass. Same thing with that. Those are glass scientist pieces. Little objects. And huge spiders. That's what's holding a lot of these things together besides roots of spooky spider webs. From those creepy spiders that live underground. The area that I'm in got burnt so completely that it is just rust and debris. But I did pull this bottle out and it looks like it's got some words. For 1/2 bottle, pour to here. It's got a little line. So Possibly a medicine bottle. Made in the USA. Number 3. Not sure. US patent. RTD. Well, this is something right here that we just uncovered. It's got some little fancy, intricate stuff that runs along it. And I think I need to be real careful and bend it to its right shape. Do just a little of that. We'll really fix it at home. But that's got that color. Don't know what it is, but it was something like that. That's going to be really pretty. That might be silver too, because this stuff goes through fires up here. Things like that made it through. Here's the next weird thing that I have found. It looks like it's got a valve there, possibly a down tube, threads. Comes out here, it's joined, and then here's the tip. Something strange going on there. Here's a Vicks Vatronol, and it still had the little glass squeeze drip dropper in there. And then this little tile, I swear I found this at other places before. It's got like the little phoenix or griffin creature on there, maybe a peahen. Look, glass test tube. Oh. It's a graduated bottle cork top, but the seam is all the way to the top, so we know that this is after 1900. See the little seam on both sides, so there's a complete mold. 2 pieces instead of 2 pieces and then a third, which would be older. A test tube, broken, and a lot of just little laboratory stuff. Words on it?
Victor and Company.
AL plus overlay.
Plus overlay IS.
Don't know. Let me see it though. It's looking good for coming out of the ground. God, you see this? Pacific Union College Dairy. These are all the things you've pulled out. Oh. We'll have to get that and clean up.
The littlest thing so far. The littlest top so far.
Vitreous china. Oh, it was a little porter for cream or sugar. Wow. This is our little cave-in, and we're just going through it with thin enough swipes to spot a marble or a coin. Metal somethings that burnt and rusted together. Oh. Yeah. Look how molten that one got. It's got copper wire melted into it. That's from down there. Ooh, it is black. That could be a really good thing. Silver plate. We'll see if it says anything on it.
My first whole little bottle.
Oh, nice. Nice color on that too.
Yeah, look at the inside as if the stuff is still in it, whatever it was.
Yeah. That's green. 1920s Art Deco. You know, what would you call it? Carnival glass? So I've been massing up some bottles here for us to look at. It's a little screw top, but it's got a handle on it. Thought that was kind of cool. And then I have a little, probably a generator or a little motor. But once you get the rest of this iron knocked off of here, a coil of copper wire that's already blued out for us. A whole bunch. That could be a whole tree. So to keep from making a mess, we'll just haul it home like that. If nothing else, it's like a pound of copper. Got this. This is probably a bottle top. Not as much as a cork. And the seam goes all the way to the top. So it's obviously after 1900, but see, registered Big Bear, California Big Bear registered. That's pretty cool. Unfortunately, the bottom is gone out of it, but look how thick that soda bottle was. A little melted, broken little pill bottle. This got a really cool shape to it that will keep a little medicine bottle. Liking that. The olive jar. Another little brown medicine, a little bit warped by the fires. I saw that it had words on it. This would have been cute if whole, so I thought we should show it. Same with this. You can see the era in these pieces. Nice candy dish. Yes. 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 I think that's all there. It's a half pint. It's got words. And it's from the nearest location that had a dairy that's historic. Oh, that is awesome. It's so hard to find one that got thrown away for no reason. That is a half pint.
Does it say PUC?
Yeah. Yeah, that is, that's personal bucket lister. That's awesome. Wow. My day is made. It's another inkwell for our collection. This one's a little cork top. And it's got words.
Ornate?
Or Becky. Whatever you want. It's a screw top. This is Listerine and Lambert Pharmaceutical Company. Would you like some Listerine? It's just a plain stainless steel spoon. Little milk glass. No words, no product. Got about as deep as I can go without all this overburden collapsing. And over in this corner, we have, looks like another inkwell. This one with lid on it, had lid on it. It's okay, I didn't really want it. So we had a pretty massive collapse. I think that's about as deep as we're going to go today. And I thought you could dig with me a little bit longer. More test tubes. At least watch the next collapse. Then we had all kinds of sticking out here. But I know we're also going to cause a collapse because that's what we've done. Is looks like that may have been what was in the center of this. Ooh. And it melted. That would have been pretty. Oh, look at the bottom of it. Last canning jar lid with words. Oh, we just knocked out one of the pillars of our mine. Trying to get to that. That's a pretty cool shape. Do you say anything? Dude, it's a pretty cool shape. Yeah, that happened. Made in the USA. Blue glass. Are you having fun over there? Held up a spoon.
Tiny bottle and maybe a coin. Look at my tiny whole bottle.
And maybe a coin.
Maybe a coin, but I doubt it.
Huh.
God.
Look at the pile too. Where was that square one? Did it get buried? Oh, okay. We'll do it in cleanup then.
I'm sitting in here.
Woodbury?
Yeah, Woodbury. Did you see that? Got a crack.
Only on one side though.
Yeah, it's right
Yep.
there. But I'm gonna
That's
keep
probably a heat crack, not a weakness crack. It probably the heat got it just a little.
It's the only whole one I've got. Spoon, but it feels like silver, Nathan.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of silver that comes
Feel
out
this.
of here. It's an older looking. Oh, it's so thin. Oh, it's shiny still.
I just got it. Just a second.
We'll have to see. So even next to me, only a few inches down, a big heavy fork. I don't know what it is. You'll have to come for cleanup, but it feels heavy. How thick that piece of glass was. Silver buckle. That's just dirt on there. I guarantee that's silver. Look at the shine. That's a personal belt buckle. Nice. Good job. Good work. Okay, we're bleeding a little bit. That's okay. That happens. And I just found this. It's a cool little glass disc. It got melted. But it was something. That'll be cool and clean up. Don't drop it. And what else did I find? There's two things there. See them? This one, the Schrader valve, probably off a Model A or a Model T or something. And this is a little perfume bottle. Oh, that is cute. Look at the edges on that. Nice. I mean, that is... Oh! It's trying to crush you, my friend. I fell out. Nothing. But that's what I was stopping for. Look. Oh, his face got melted. And we'll live the rest of his days peeking out of my garden with moss growing over the rest of him. That is fine. Look at that spoon ball. That is old and thin. A little person driving it, pretty sure. It's the front of it. It's my first glass matchbox. And then behind that, Horton's malted milk lunch tablets. And they are malted milk. Melted malt. Wow, that's pretty cool. I wonder if the back half of that is in here. Here's the loot. Close up here.
Oh, there's a rare bird.
Okay, I'll show you a quick overview of some of the things that I found. I just pulled this little buckle out, and brass things, and little bottles, but you'll have to come to clean up to check that out because the hour's getting late. Just pulled a big old spoon edge. This is like, it's better in the shade. It's like gold fumed glass, and then green glass jar. Keeping it. It's a little doll. Got one of those divided ink bottles. This one's a little bit different than the last. Down there is one little nick, but that makes 3 inkers for the day. We'll have to come back again. I'm gonna bury my hole, but we're just getting into a whole another section of bottles. It's burying itself, but look way in the back. Yet another spoon. It's only covered in rust because it's in a pile of burnt rusty stuff. Yep, we'll check that out at the wrap up. Are we getting ready to go? Pretty quick?
Pretty quick, I was gonna run around.
Yeah. That looks old just because of its size and shape. So much stuff to clean up and look up. That's awesome though. It's one of the best parts. Little butter knife spreader. Thin. All these spoon handles hanging out of just this pile. This is actually pretty fun. That one looks pretty shiny too, huh? It's a spoon. I think we're going to wrap it up here for the evening, and we'll meet you back at the cleanups. We got a lot of cleaning up and research and everything else to do. It's all filled back in and branches and stuff thrown over it. Oh man, I am covered in dirt. Okay, here is my half of the cleanup of this amazing adventure. I'm going to try and do this pretty darn quick, even though we have so many details. This is a Schrader valve, probably, it's definitely off a tire. It's the air valve, Model T, most likely. This is the handle of a stove. It's where the little round pieces or the top plates go. This is how you stick that in there and lift them on and off. So that this is a cap off of a mason jar or ball jar. These are pieces of copper wire of different sizes, which are all blued in and patinaed in. And I was lucky to find a few of them, and I use those for trees and art projects. Here's a look at our best shards of the day. A matching piece there. This one has the little rolls and raised edges and gold gilding and stuff to it. Union, the Edwin M. Knoll Company, most likely. Don't know what this is. DeVille B7 SS number 15, Toledo, maybe Ohio, USA. Glass top of a mason or ball. Knife at notch. Presto, so it's Presto, a whole different company. Here is this, and I was able to clean it up. It looks like up close, looks like it had some little hinging, and where normally I would say that that was a compact, this was inside of it. And I can't tell if that bubbling is from being melted. I mean, it was definitely melted, or if that was like a shape of the bottle also, or whatever this ceramic molten piece was. But it went in here, and that's how I found it, and they were still connected, so that somehow went around there. This belt buckle, I've actually found another one of these in another location, and even though I didn't get the mark cleaned up, these are from the 1920s, and it's more ornate than it looks, and they were silver plated, and they were very common. That's the second one of them that I found. So this, I'm not sure. I couldn't find any words on it. The molten glass on it could be from it, could be the bottom of a light bulb, but a weird looking one. It's way too big for a shotgun shell or anything. So I do not know. This is the back of a button, but does not have the front of the button. This little horsey cleaned up to look like that. There's a little tail coming down, or a donkey. I'm assuming it's a horse. But it was a little polka dotted horse. And I'm using, actually that's a Harry Potter hat from another hunt, but needed a stand, so there you go. There's our little perfume bottle keeper for the day. You can see the nice little ornate edge work there. This, which is actually a mini medicine bottle. Here, this is one of the best finds of the day. Pacific Union Dairy College. So that is actually one of the little milk jugs from the area from one of the local dairies. So as a local, that's kind of fun for me. A complete little half pint. I collect little milk jugs, so I love those. These will go into my inkwell collection. You can see this one has the measurement of what was in it. This one is pretty ornate. Made in the USA. It's got some numbers if we wanted to look it up. Good money. And then this is another inkwell. And this one has its patent number on there. These are our little medicine bottles. Only one of them is an actual cork top. And then a molten one, which I thought just kind of it matched. And the lid to those. This is obviously a ray gun. So it's proof of time travel. Unless you can tell me what you think it was. It's definitely some sort of space age material because it's corroding away so bad. This is our silver. Maybe just a plate of the day. There's the patterning on it. And that wraps all around the edge, and that's about as much as I could straighten it out. But it looks like that's its general shape, and it held something on the inside there. Maybe a mirror, maybe a picture. Not sure. These two little plates, actually holding a pen and a little dropper that was in one of these bottles. And they're just little ceramic plates, but they've been through the fire, and I think they make kind of cool little crucibles. We have our milk glass container here, some sort of face cream product, no doubt. And then our little, is it a llama or a lamb? I'm not sure. But she cleaned up well, and it's all polka dots and flowers and cuteness. A couple little handles. These are actually, you know, deep glass, and then this one just has a cool shape to it with some gold gilding. Our little porcelain or ceramic doll. I think that's pretty cool. That's definitely stock for art. And then we have this, which I was thinking was for a pair of glasses. I don't know why the holes are in there. I've never seen that, but probably eyeglass lens. And then I'm thinking that this might also be one. It's a little melted glass disc. So I don't know, but through the windows of perception. And then we have this. I like to take these and sand off the edges, and I'm saving them up for now. Whenever I get a good antique or vintage color bottle or anything cool on there. That one's got the number 2 or something, depending on what you wanted to make it say. This is a little welded together stack of copper discs. I never figured out what they were. Maybe part of a motor or some sort of windings. I'm not sure. This is really cool. It's only half of it, but it looks like it was a glass toy, or at least, you know, counter ornament, paperweight, etc. But you can see it's molded in 2 halves and put together, and it's got the little driver in there still. Looks maybe like a fire engine. I think that's the water tank, you know, unless it's a steam powered race car, but I'm thinking that that's a little firefighter there. So that is actually one of the funnest things for me today. That was killer. And then our spoons. So we're going to finish this off with the spoons. Sorry for the amount of the wrap up, and then remember we still have my mom's stack to go through. Check out what Becky found. But let me give you a quick wrap up of these, as cleaned up as I could get them for now. It's very Art Deco. You see the pattern on there? Looks like the front of an old movie theater, huh? And it is from W.M. Rogers and Sons. AAIS, International Silver. I believe is what that stands for. To my eyeball. You see the plates on the outside. Oh, and I didn't see that till just now. So it's stamped with the PUC, which matches the dairy. The half-quart dairy container that we found in the milk jug. And that's really cool because that's also connected, but this is yet another piece of silverware. I think, yes, this one is a more modern version of that, but you can see the stamp on there too. So this was obviously a go-to garbage dump for the locals. And it's a stainless. It's just a plain stainless. So just spoonage. This is also just a plain stainless, it looks like. Yep, that's what it says on the back. This, I think, is a silver spoon because the corrosion that was so thick was on the outside and it was black, and on the inside it's solid silver, so it's at least nickel silver is what I would say. You know, some sort of alloy. You can see it could be broken off to get it down to the silver. Wherever I flexed it, it showed up. And it's Warren SP Company. And the marks before that, which I swear said silver, are gone. They must have just been in the actual corrosive layers, and as I tried to clean it up to see, I lost those. So, but it is soft, super flexible, like I'm saying, at least silver nickel. So is this one. This one, I think, even though it has the weird patina, it was sitting, this is after being brushed a little bit, and it was sitting in a pile of ashes and burnt iron and stuff, and has a tendency to react with it, but it's very thin, yet heavy, super flexible, and underneath all that ugly black corrosion is just this pure, at least a nickel silver, but I'm thinking silver. And I swear it said silver, but we lost that as I tried to straighten out the handle, and the layers of muck broke off of it. That's all that happened there. I straightened it and it literally flaked off. This is a stainless fork from Reed and Barton. Reed and Barton stainless. This is kind of an antique little butter spreader there. There's a vase and then more flowers. And the back has a whole separate little thing. But it is from RC Company Bouquet Plate. So it was plated in silver. It would have been a little butter spread. This is a solid silver little spoon. Once again, I think that that's just stuff on there, but as it flakes away, you can see that it's actually, it's half of the metal has turned into that. So as I say that, there goes another piece, probably off of that edge. So I stopped restoring it at that point, and it just is what it is. And then finally our butter knife here, and it's universal resistant, and it's universal resistain steel. So not stainless steel, resistain steel. And that is basically my wrap up. So let's see what Becky found.
This is our dump day. Not sure what that was, but I love the shape of it. Make a wind chime out of it. I found these assorted. This is not screw top, it's blunt, and it had no name on it. This is the bottom of an old candle, but it was broken on the side, candle holder. And my little bottles, that looks very familiar as a space here for what the label that was there. This still has its contents in it, very shiny powder with no name. This looked to be a small perfume bottle. I love the bottom on this one, but the top was broken. This is our favorite. It is Relics malted milk lunch tablets. But this bottle was from 1920. But it says lunch tablets. And these two hold test tubes, a miniature one and a big one, totally whole. Melted sideways cold cream bottle, but it was melted so perfectly. Copper container, but very nice. It's a piece of iron, it's magnetic, so it turned out to be nothing. I did think it was a coin. This is a button.
Oh, it is.
It had quite ornate, so a coat button. And the back was a little askew. See the whole thing on there that came up and then you sewed it on? But it's definitely
a two-piece button.
very nice. This is a German silver buckle. And after it cleaned up, it actually works.
1920s era.
And then this is my silverware day. It was a wonderful day. Each of these have their own story. This is the actual PUC spoon on the back. They're not as cleaned up as they should be. This turned out to be the heaviest. This was the nicest silver plating that was there. Okay. So this was an interesting fork, because when I got it cleaned up, at least to this point, and turned it over to see who had made it, there was no maker's name on it at all. The only words back here say, plated with pure silver. And this was R&B AI. And this ended up getting really cleaned up. I think this is gonna clean up in the end. And and I forget what the R&B is, but I will research it. This is quite a trip looking at all this stuff.
It's always a good day when you find a spoon or a
This
sport.
was a great day. And this is the one that I have yet to find anything on, but more than likely it's the oldest, and more than likely it's pure silver. It's so light.
That's what I thought too when I looked at it.
That's what I thought. Anyway, this was a great day of silver finding. This is the best ever right here. So, a day at the dump, and it was fun, fun, fun. And the quest goes on.
Hope you liked the video. If you did, please hit the subscribe button below. Helps the quest for details grow. I appreciate the support. And if you double click the bell icon next to it, you'll get a notification each time we put out a new video.